Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone, and welcome to the official launch of Adversary Infrastructure Tracking Challenge. We're absolutely thrilled to see so many talented participants here today, cybersecurity professionals, threat hunters, and curious minds ready to embark on this fascinating journey with us. Whether you are here to sharpen your skills, learn, compete, or contribute to the broader fight against adversarial threats, your presence matters. Why this challenge? Command and control infrastructure is the backbone of cyber attacks. By tracking and disrupting it, we strike at the heart of threats. This challenge isn't just about flags or prizes. It's all about collaborative learning, real-world impact, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible in threat intelligence. Over the coming weeks, you'll learn innovative tools and techniques for cutting-edge threat hunting, analyze real-world C2 patterns, collaborate with peers, or compete for the leaderboard. Let me briefly introduce who's behind this initiative. Netlist.io is a powerful search engine that equips security professionals with unparalleled insights into the internet's infrastructure. And RST Cloud, a cyber threat intelligence automation company dedicated to helping SOC and security operation teams to detect, investigate, and respond to threats faster. Your host for this challenge today, Anna Mikhailova, handling business development at RST Cloud, Arthur Kotelevsky, CEO of Netlist.io, and myself, Yuri Sergeyev, Director of RST Cloud. So a bit on our timeline and logistics. So today you have received access link and keys to the key platforms, including Netlist.io and RST Cloud API. On May the 1st at midnight UTC, you'll get access to our CTFD platform, which goes live for submissions. This challenge runs for 1 month, culminating on 30th of May when we announce our champions. Also, we've prepared 2 special webinars for you to support you on this journey. On the 2nd of May, Netlist.io platform deep dive, and on the 5th of May, advanced tracking techniques from RST Cloud. Okay, so what's in it for you? And first of all, it's knowledge. These are real-world skills you can immediately apply. Then it's a community of like-minded professionals. And you can use your findings for conferences or research. We'd love to be credited. As for recognition, all participants receive certificates, and the top performers will share a prize pool from 250 to 1,000 USDT, which shall be paid through a centralized exchange. Before we proceed, a crucial reminder, please review our terms of service. By participating, you agree to these conditions. For any questions, use the chat or raise your virtual hand by opening the reactions menu below and selecting the raise hand button. And now let's talk a bit about tasks. So we have 6 categories of tasks, starting from very easy ones to very hard ones. So this challenge is designed not only for professionals, but also for people who just started learning cyber threat intelligence and cybersecurity as a whole. Therefore, we start with a CTI quiz. It's really simple, maybe a bit annoying for real professionals, but it doesn't give much many scores, although helps for those who just started to understand what we're going to do. The beginner task category introduces you to the key principles, how you're going to do search, how you're going to use the tools. It will ask you to find very simple things which are predefined, and the goal of this type of a task to understand how to use Netlist.io and RST Cloud APIs. Then the easy category, this one is to help you to identify real threats, but to find those, you'll be using simple search queries such as favicon, hash, HTTP title, or very specific HTTP body parameters. And then finally, the fun categories from 4 to 6. Medium category is also known threats, which will be identifiable by 2 or more parameters. So you cannot just use one parameter to find it. You'll need to come up with error prone, with come up with a search which will be avoiding false positives. And then the hard category, includes everything you have in the fourth, but you may need to do some extra research or do an additional scan before they can actually find something. So Nettles.io allows you to do custom scan, and that creates a specific index you can search for new findings. And the last category is for professionals who have completed all the other task categories. This allows you to submit an open submission, meaning that you can submit a search which will find threads which haven't been mentioned in any other tasks. So something completely new or out of scope from 1 to 5 task categories. The category 6 gives the most points. However, we expect that maybe many people will complete all the tasks really quick. So we may need to add more tasks along the way. We're planning to do this in the first or second week, depending on how the challenge will be proceeding. It's worth to mention that the main goal is to educate people. So if you even see that someone has solved everything already, still encourage you to continue, because this is also about learning, about getting new skills. Okay, and then what is adversary infrastructure? What are we looking for? There are many things being used by threat actors. It could be certain servers they use to scan the internet, find new vulnerable systems. It could be open directories where you can search for new things and understand how they perform attacks. Opening bash history and see what actual commands they executed, or get information from a .git directory to see what and when certain repositories were synced into the system, and therefore identify when campaign was performed. This infrastructure detection using Netlist is not only about C2 service, but also about phishing. So, for example, a very popular ClickFix campaign, which has been in the recent months, can be identifiable as well. So the main idea is that the answers which will allow to find any adversary infrastructure will be accepted if it's something which survives, the challenge itself. So if it's something dynamic which disappears tomorrow, we'll be unable to verify that, and therefore it will not be accepted as an answer. But if it's something which persists and exists over time, over the challenge, that will be an acceptable answer. Feel free to ask questions in the comments, by the way, and yeah, if you have any kind of, if it'll be questions which will require us a bit more time, we can always divert all these discussions towards the Discord channel, and please join throughout the challenge. We're happy to help you, and I guess the main idea is to enable people with knowledge and ensure that more and more cybersecurity professionals joining cyber threat intelligence as a domain, and also we need to team up, and we need to share stuff in order to protect corporate and personal environments. So yeah, why Track Adversary Infrastructure? I guess the main thing is that cybersecurity is very reactive sometimes, and we're aiming to kind of protect not to become a second patient, right? Somebody else popped, then learn from that experience, and then to be protected. We want not to do the same thing, and but also we want to understand what if we can find infrastructure quicker than it's being used by threat actors, and then it will become a future indicator. They create stuff, we find it via scanning, we flag it as malicious, and then in the very first attempt to use that infrastructure, it can be already detected and blocked. That's the end goal, ensure that future attacks are stopped. But also we can learn a lot about how threat actors, do stuff. You find an open directory, go to, .git folder. You can see the timestamps when they download stuff, what repositories they used. You can search, you can open bash history and then see what commands they ran, right? All that helps you to identify new attack patterns and just to understand more a bit how they operate. Also, by looking for certain indicators, you can attribute threat actors. For example, Cobalt Strike will have a certain, serial number used, and if it's not cracked or if it's a certain cracked version, you still have a very specific ID. Yeah, so feel free to share your ideas, how else track infrastructure can be used. And we would like all these 30 days to be a discussion between cyber professionals. There'll be, as Anna mentioned, there'll be a specific webinar available later, where we will go a bit more in details how to track infrastructure. But here we'll have a few techniques listed. So as a threat intel provider, we collect data from all sorts of sources. We have unlimited key with any run. We collect data from VMRA, hybrid analysis, all sorts of sandboxes. And this information is really helpful because that's where you can see how malware operates, what domain it what domains are being contacted, what are the communication channels used, and so on. And by looking into this malware reports in sandboxes, you can then do some pivoting from there and use it as a hypothesis to search for stuff. Another thing is certificate pivoting. When you looking at the certificate, you can get the subject, issue ID, some other parameters like fingerprints and so on, and use this information. If sometimes threat actors are lazy, and we're not the only ones who use Ansible and all other sorts of tools to automate deployment. So they may have the same issue at the end, for example, or similar patterns, how they name hosts, and therefore by analyzing certain pattern with the regex, using regex, you can identify by subject ID. File icon pivoting is a very popular technique. Some of the default installations of C2 servers, for example, will be shipped with a certain file icon. So it's a little icon shown in your browser, and then when you log on to the page, and you can just hash it, and you'll be also provided with some tools to hash automatically. So you can query API, get the hash, and then use that hash in Netlist at and all sorts of other techniques, like including looking through HTML tags, checking HTTP headers. Some malware uses very specific HTTP headers. You can identify infrastructure by looking at the certain server, which is definitely a malware, and then you see the same SSH fingerprint being used, and then it's likely that that infrastructure is a part of this, like on pivot to another host without even knowing what the other ports being opened, just knowing SSH key. Whois data may be also one of the key points. So if you have thousands of domains registered quite at the same time with the same pattern, it could be also a part of could be also helping you to understand if it's a part of the same campaign or not. Yeah, so this will be covered in details with some examples how to do it using the tools we provide next week. But for professionals who've been doing that, they already know that anyway. There's certain things like Google Analytics IDs and so on, which is not covered in that slide. but I think it's more rare case. But threat actors, they also want to track what's happening with their phishing pages, for example, and then they may include and repeat and keep including the same Google Analytics ID in their pages. Okay, so as I said before, CTFD platform will be available from 1st of May, 12 a.m. UTC time. Your account will be created. If you have any issues, reach out to us on Discord. We're happy to help. Okay, handing over to Arthur. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Yuri. So let's continue. Yes, I am the one of the Netless team, and I will show you basics about using Netless and how it can help you in tracking advisory infrastructure. You will come through series of tasks during this challenge, and as far as I know, a large part of those tasks will be related to Netless, to using Netless, to searching with Netless. So this is the thing you have to be familiar to complete this challenge. At this point, most of you already should have access to Netless. I think all of you who registered already have access to Netless. We've used emails you provide during the registration, and you should receive email about registering or about changing your plan to demo, something about that. You can log in to your account. I will show you how to make all this on my screen. Let me share your. Okay. Yes, it works. It's working. Yes.
Yes.
So if you, yes, thank you. If you already have account, you just log in as usual. If you are new to Netless, you have to change your password. For this, you should go to appnetless.io login. And here you can find a link, forgot my password. You just click it and following the standard procedure to to set new password. After that, you sign into Netless, and you will see this screen. I will show you basics. Here you can see 4 different tools. We need the first one, search, and here you can see different data collections Netless provide. Basically, we need this first one, data collection, responses search. So how Netless can help you in tracking advisory infrastructure? Netless is an internet scanner. And when I'm saying internet, I mean the whole internet. We scan all the IPv4 range from the very first IP address to the last one, except reserved ranges, pre-reserved ranges. So all these data available in the Netless in form of JSON documents. These data collection responses, search responses means service responses. You can find all this data here. And we can't just print this data. It's a very huge amount of data. You have to search it. Here you can see search screen, search string, and you have to make different queries to get the data. On the right side, you can find mapping. Mapping is fields in JSON documents, in documents we store. For example, every document produced by our scanners, it contains IP address of server who provide this response. port is another important field, for example, HTTP port or any another port, protocol, and so on. There's very extensive mapping. You can scroll through it and see what fields are available. Let's make, for example, search. I don't know, for protocol, and let's put, for example, HTTP. There is a large number of documents available for this protocol. It's a core Atlas protocol, and here you can find a document that's stored in our database. All those fields we saw in mapping. Here is the mapping. They are all here. So you can refer to any document to understand what values can be recorded in any field. What else? We have a bunch of examples here in the central part of the screen. For example, this for searching by port, this for searching by transport protocol, UDP or TCP, this for searching for exact protocol and port combination, and so on. There are many examples here. You can click on any example. For example, let's search for a particular host. For example, Google's DNS server. Here is the data available for this exact IP address, different DNS protocol responses, and so on. One more thing, you can click on question mark here on the top right corner, and it will bring you an article about these particular cases. Here is another one, for example. And we have another source of knowledge for you. It's a documentation portal. It's available here on the top right corner, large question mark. You can click on it, and here you can find pretty much information about using Atlas, about different tools available in Atlas. For example, this article is very interesting. It's about how to make queries. It's about search query language, how to build a simple query, and from the simplest to the most exquisite ones, and so on. What else? About other data collections, we have 4 other data collections: domain names, DNS registry, we have AP whois data, we have domain whois data, and we have certificates. All these 5 data collections, they are similar in searching. So the same language you use for searching responses, the same language you use here in, for example, AP whois data. The only difference is data. The only difference is mapping. So in different data collections, we have different types of data. So you have to use different fields to search. The last tool available here is it's like a summary for any host. For example, this one, or you can put, for example, Google's domain server. Here you can see responses. Here you can see whois data, point to record, and so on. And by the way, here you can see data provided by our partners.
This looks
It's
like a false.
yes, I think it's false positive.
Yeah, there's a flag. The flag.
It's
Yeah,
marked
there's a flag.
like
Yeah.
false positive. Yeah. So this is the basics. We have some other tools. We have some techniques to search. You have to read through documentation to understand how to search better. And on this Friday, same time, 12 p.m. UTC, there will be larger webinar about using NetLast to search. I will show you different search queries. I will show you how to search in different data collections, and I will show you other tools. For example, we have private scanner, and we have discovery tool for finding different connections between different internet entities. Yes, it will be this Friday. I think that's all for now. Yes, Yuri, back to you.
Thank you very much. Cool. And yeah, in addition to the main interface, so like I don't think about NetList as just about the UI, right? What I'm really finding useful is that you can do a lot of API integrations. And I think that is the most valuable thing we have in this partnership with NetList.io, because you can script everything, and the findings you have will come to you every day or whatever periodicity you want to set. In addition to the tools which were shown, we also want to encourage you to use some other tools. You can always check, certain IP address, hash domain, and so on, whether it's attributed to certain malware. And you can also use RST lookup. You were given an API key to query it, to check, who found that and where it can be, where you can get some more information about it. So in that case, it's our C2 tracker found it, Monty Security C2 tracker, very popular open source tracker with a lot of false positives though, but yeah, very good one. And some Twitter accounts, Fred folks. So you can also see the score. This is how likely this is dangerous, right? So there's data which is how much we trust the source, how much context is available, and for how long it's been known. For this particular case, it's been known for two days. But if it's been, a year, it could be a very small score. Okay, and then you will given small tools like to fetch, API to fetch certificate, API to fetch favicon, do some TCP fingerprinting, all sorts of stuff. If you want to refer to OpenCTI platform, one of the options is to request access to our demo environment. Here we have all threat reports parsed. So whatever threat report is being published by government bodies, certs, security companies, threat intelligence companies, these are being automatically parsed, ingested into the platform. So during the challenge, you can get access to it. And then let's say you have somebody found a new stealer, in that case is Palo Alto Unit 42. You have this information about the stealer, what IP address, and then you can use that IP address to search a NetList platform. So it's good for your hypothesis. Piggybacking on someone else's research helps you to quickly identify what's happening. Some of the reports are, bit bigger than that. So let's say, if I research very cool reports every time, so you can see all sorts of TTPs, what tools are used, what countries are targeted. And if you want to know a bit more about threat actors, you can read about threat actors, certain malware, how it works, what kill chain it uses. Same about tools. This way you can understand a bit of history about a certain malware, certain tool, and then to search it faster. How the task will look like, as I mentioned before, they're split into categories. This is like we'll be uploading all the tasks later today. From tomorrow, they'll be all available. The quiz is very simple. It gets you one score per each request. So you just open it and submit A, B, C, D. The beginner part will help you to how to familiarize with the tooling. Easy part is to find certain things which are very obvious to find. Medium will be requiring you to find things using multiple fields. Hard will require you to do some additional things like scanning and so on, and Prof is open submission. So there'll be around 100 tasks for you to solve. And again, if it will be too easy during the first 2 weeks, we'll probably add a bit more tasks to make it more fun. Okay, so one of the things how to find stuff, you can just use any of the open source information, whether it's a sandbox. There's a lot of reports being published about how malware works. You can get some of the IP addresses and use the tools we provide to start analysis. So one of the things is you can enrich it with netless. So instead of going through the interface online, you can enrich the nodes in the tool, and then by looking at the connections between the different objects, you can identify what's is actually the key features of that malware. So in that case, we have these fields which are content length 0, header, a server, HTTP status code, same across multiple hosts. You see that geodata or things like autonomous system or things like different other ports and so on are not repeating, but this particular service on a port 9000 with this particular headers is something we probably want to check as a main thing, and start looking in netless and creating a search based on these 3 parameters. We may end up with thousands of results, and then we need to narrow it down by adding one more parameter. Like it could be some HTTP body part or something like that, and then this search is your flag to submit. Okay. Sometimes you may have things like Pendency 2, for example, with a lot of false positive. With a lot of false positives. So here you might want to go. Okay, something happened. Anyway, so yeah, here you may want to check additional parameters, because some of this IP address is actually some hosts which are not related to city infrastructure. So ensure you look through the findings and identify what are the key parameters to split the findings from the false positives. That's probably it. That's what tools we provide in order to complete the search. We'll share, feel free to share useful links in Discord channel. So, for example, if you find a way how to quickly, search through sandboxes, for example, because again, if you have the tooling, it's okay. If you don't have, you can always ask us to get access to the demo environment, and then you have all sorts of indicators already available. So you can search by threat name, get the list of indicators, copy paste the IP addresses, domains, and so on, put them in the tooling, and then see the connections. And after that, you can create a hypothesis how to search for this in netless. So that's probably it for me. Anna, do you want to conclude?
Yeah. So if you need access or have some problems with access to some platforms or tools, just ask us in the Discord channel. So we will share all the information and check why the access is not working. So the full schedule of challenge is available on LinkedIn and as well as Discord channel and in the chat. Again, there will be 2 additional webinars with deep dive to netless platform and tracking techniques by Yuri. So the challenge ends on the 13th of May. So it's the last day of the challenge. So yeah, the recording, we will share the recording of this webinar in the Discord channel later on. And I think that's all that I wanted to remind you. If you have any question, please just maybe raise your hand or add them. Yeah, recording will be available for each session. Yeah, sure, the recording will be available for each session. Yes, about graphic tools, you just answered. So, 1 moment.
Could you say where the recording will be available? What place?
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah. We will share the YouTube links, direct links to the recordings, so you can just watch it by the direct link. So
All communications through Discord channel. So if you have any questions, put
Yeah.
it there, and yeah, we'll find a way to share with you.
Duration of the webinar, approximate duration of each webinar is 1 hour. So it could be from 40 minutes to 1 hour, like this. Okay, so I think we are all set. So last question, we can solve change within month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure
so
some people can solve it in a day. Yeah, but
yeah.
the goal is not to get the money, right? The goal is to learn this stuff. And there's a lot of people who just starting the career. So we give that period, like we give 30 days to go through the whole challenge. But it may be all solved really quick. So therefore, if you after money, do it as quick as possible. Don't wait for our webinars. As soon as CTFP is up and running and you're able to access it, submit. If you're after getting new things, sharing your insights, teaching others as well, right? So you may interact and with other participants on Discord channel. So then yeah, you still have 30 days going.
Yeah. So thank you all for your time and brilliant minds today. We can't wait to see your discoveries. Until then, see you on 2nd May for our netless.io deep dive. And for today, so good luck, stay curious, and let's track some C2.
Yeah, colleagues, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your interest. I also hope you will know something new, something interesting, or at least have fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Bye.
Cheers.